Good morning, friends. It's Rihanna Basor, and it's day 28 of creating a one-woman show, the Emily Dickinson project. Can you believe it? Really can't. It's a cold morning, so I'm still cozy. Some things have come up since we chatted last yesterday in the ways that they do. I had a rest day yesterday I thought would be more productive and productive, but it was a rest day. You see that? And I needed rest. I just kept falling asleep. It was a very soporific sort of day. And around the fourth nap of the day, I started to just feel really weird, like out of sync and lonely and lame. Like, what have I done? All I've done is sleep on the couch and watch Stranger Things today, even though I did write and record and work on my edits, and that was all I needed to do yesterday. And I did other things. I made broth. Like, I did things. I fed myself. I took care of my cat. Those didn't track in my brain. But anyway, the end of the night, it just felt gross. Like nothing had happened. Like I had done nothing. Like I was capable of nothing. It was a very lonely feeling. And I woke up this morning, I'm going to go to a workshop in like an hour, which gives us plenty of time to do this together. But it felt burdensome in a way that it hadn't so far. It has felt so joyful and lovely to talk to you through this process. And I was a bit like, I wonder what that is. And I realized that even as much as I don't really edit these videos, I often don't brush my hair. I didn't today. It still felt performative in a way it isn't meant to. It's meant to feel intimate and conversational. And of all people, Gwyneth Paltrow is showing up in really interesting ways in this regard because she cooks an Instagram series of breakfast for her family on the weekend, and she's in her jammies with her messy hair. And I was like, well, that's what I want, is jammies and messy hair writing coffee time. So that's what you're getting. Hello, good morning. I also read a really lovely article from Elif Shaf. I'm not sure how to say it, but she's this really lovely Mediterranean writer. I think Crete. The book I read that she wrote is from Crete about trees, and it was absolutely stunning. So I'm going to figure out how to properly say her name and circle back to you. But I follow her on Substack, and she sent out this article on Rilke. And she said that writing isn't a career, it isn't a hobby, it isn't a job, it's a calling. And that when we accept that it is about existence, it's not about output or achievement or publishing deals. It is meaning making in our lives. We right size our expectations around writing. I think that's the first layer she was talking about. But I also think that, because she goes on to talk about how Rilke, I think he had writer's block for like 6 years or 8 years. And then what came out was a masterpiece. I don't know which one it was, so obviously I will check that. But, we have always lived in a castle, I believe is the name of the book. And the whole time the father in that book is scribbling away nonsense in their like deteriorating castle. And in the end, he writes a masterpiece. There is such, she said patience, but faith. There is faith in what we do together. And maybe these videos are overly sincere. I don't know. But I know for me, it made me feel less alone to have those leaders pointed out to me, because I was feeling a bit sort of like, well, what's the point? It's not even as fun now that I can't be in my jammies with my messy hair, really high standards for fun in my house. So anyway, just sharing what's on my heart, friends. I'm also stressing out about that deadline a little bit. I think that I'm staring down at my 5 days thinking there isn't a play here. But yesterday I felt like there could be, and it's just a draft. but I'm putting so much pressure on myself to make it a magnum opus, and it's my first play. It's my first one-person play. It's my first time writing for myself, like really. So it's just a lot of expectations and not a lot of faith. So I just wanted to report that to the crowd because maybe you've been experiencing that too, or you know better than me how to handle all of this. And if you do, please post that in the comments below. I need all the help I can get, you guys. So that's where I'm feeling. Setup is the same. We're gonna bring. I got so excited and I knocked over the camera. And rather than risk it not recording again, which is what happened a few, earlier this week or whatever, I'm starting a new video. All right. What I was saying, I'm going to do the Wild Unknown Tarot with too many toys on my desk with the archetypes. And I did want to tell you about this. So my beautiful collaborators brought me this book of new poems of Emily Dickinson, which I think are like little tiny baby ones. So I can, that can be the filament in the cracks of my story. But then they brought me two kinds of letters. The first one is this, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful and heavy and old. These 3-volume sets that Harvard put out at a certain point. They're really beautiful, right? And then there was like a little one, and I was like, there cannot be this many versions of Emily Dickinson letters. Like, it's not like she kept writing. So then I looked at the little baby book, and then also this one, also called Letters of Emily Dickinson, B. Dickinson from the library. And it was the one edited by Mabel Todd. I thought she did poems, but there's some poems in here. But it looks like she also did letters. There's a picture of baby Emily right there. We are in conversation, my friends. Like, all this time I thought I was writing in a vacuum, and there's Mabel Todd's edited version of the Letters of Emily Dickinson at the San Diego Public Library. We're not alone. We're in conversation. So having moments of my faith affirmed in this project, in the universe, in writing as having any kind of meaning. I guess we're feeling very dramatic today, as my coach called me out on recently, but hashtag big feelings, you guys, big feelings. Life force is strong with this one. Running out of room for all my toys. World's biggest desk is not big enough for a Cancer moon. Thanatos yesterday. I forgot that's what we pulled. Thanatos. Hello. It was just a day of getting clear. It was a Saturday too, so Saturn's Day. We just, it was just a real cut down to the ground kind of day. I'm glad we honored it now. The ring. We've pulled this one before. All right, the Wild Unknown Tarot tend to be a little darker in spirit than our beautiful Spirit Song Tarot. So be interested to see what they have to say on this rather vulnerable morning. Eight of Cups, reversed. Always reversed. Stagnation, ill health. Oh, that's not it. Just kidding. That's a 7. Illusion and deception. 7 of Cups is not the most welcome card. It indicates you'll face temptation in many aspects of your life. Whether it's cheating for pleasure or for money, you'll soon realize you've been building a house of cards. A little on the nose there, Tarot. You may feel as though you can't see clearly, can't judge right from wrong or up from down. This is the spell of the 7 of Cups. It's best to remove yourself for a while. Step back until you can see straight again. Yeah, but what do you think it means when it's upside down? Definitely was reversed. So I'm under an illusion, huh? That's interesting. See, I told you those cards are more ominous. Spirit Song is more like, work harder, love bigger. And this one's like, you can't see it, anything at all. You're going to cheat and steal. Reverse signifies moving past confusion and delusions, bringing clarity, decisive action, and a focus on reality after being overwhelmed by choices or fantasies. That's the first reverse card we've gotten in a long time that actually felt true. Because as I said, like I was just really focused on some stuff that wasn't helpful for this project. And it was making me feel bad. And the sisterhood of creatives has reminded me it's my journey and my story. All I have to do is tell it. So I do feel like I'm moving past the illusion of expectation. I just turned it to the page, you guys. You can't make this stuff up. The infinite, the wheel, the connection. The ring is an image of connectedness, loneliness, connectedness. Rather than viewing life as linear, as a series of progressive achievements, the ring challenges us to sense the cyclical, infinite nature of our world and experiences. Beginnings and endings fall by the wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmic circularity of creation. For this reason, it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetypal image because it mimics the Earth's orbit around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It is the micro and the macro united. This card calls us to deepen connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adorn your finger. Okay. Study images of the mandala, the unus mundus, the ouroboros, and the medicine wheel. Take stock of the jewels you adorn yourself with. Watch out for the rings you wear out of habit that keep you connected to the old you. When light, connectedness, humility, sacred cycles. When dark, unconscious repetition, starving for connection. Go deeper, Rilke's I live my life in widening circles. All right, friends. That's the thing with those dark nights of the soul, which it wasn't. It was like a dark night of self-pity. Not even 20 minutes, but still. So interesting. It's from Rilke's Book of Hours. I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I may not ever complete the last one, but I give myself to it. I circle around God, that primordial tower I've been circling for thousands of years, and I still don't know. Am I a falcon, a storm, or a great song? Oh my God. What a poem. So beautiful. Oh my God. And to think that, Rilke, who is one of my favorites, I mean, somebody turned me on to that in middle school, I think. And here I am, and it has so much meaning. The unus mundus, Latin for one world, is a concept in philosophy, theology, and alchemy referring to an underlying primordial reality where psyche and matter are unified. Single source from which our dualistic world of mind and body, spirit and matter emerges, famously explored by Carl Jung through synchronicity, mandala symbolism, and alchemical ideas as a timeless unified realm beyond space and time. It suggests the apparent separation between inner experience, psyche, and outer world matter is an illusion, pointing to a deep interconnectedness and universal patterns linking ancient wisdom with modern physics and psychology. Yeah, and then there's a circle. It's like psyche is above and matter is below. And then we're mind, body, unus mundus. There's a lot of really interesting circles here. I mean, obviously the archetype book knows well. Ouroboros. I'm not sure what those are. Ouroboros, it's the never-ending story, is an ancient symbol of a serpent or dragon eating its tail, representing cyclicality, self-recycling, eternity, and the infinite loop of creation and destruction originating in ancient Egypt and Greece, pairing in alchemy, unity of all things, Gnosticism, Norse myth, and Hinduism, signifying unity, renewal, the continuous cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It symbolizes everything from the sun's journey to the Kundalini energy in yoga, even modern blockchain consensus mechanisms like Cardano's. All right, you lost me on that one. I'm way too much of a Luddite to know anything about blockchain consensus mechanisms, but maybe you do. Put in the comments below what that is. I don't know what that is. All right, friends, I gotta work. I got stuff to do. This has been a blast, though. See, my acting parents say from a bad rehearsal, great stuff comes from a bad rehearsal. So, don't be afraid of those hard nights. Oh, we got to read a poem. I got so excited about new ideas. You can't make this up. Satisfied. One blessing had I, then the rest, so larger to my eyes that I stopped gauging, satisfied for this enchanted size. It was the limit of my dream, the focus of my prayer, a perfect paralyzing bliss, contented as despair. I knew no more of want or cold phantasms, both become, for this new value in the soul's supremest earthly sum. The heaven below, the heaven above, obscured with ruddier hue, life's latitude lent over full, the judgment perished too. Why joys so scantily disperse? Why paradise defer? why floods are served to us in bowls. I speculate no more. Poor Emily. I mean, we all been there, girl. The resignation, though. It may be that part of what I'm struggling with in this play is to make her a traditional heroine or hero, and but her sensitivity indicates I mean, the resignation to despair in that piece just kills me. I don't want to modernize a voice that wasn't right for her. I don't know what to say, you know, and but at the same time, she lived her life on her own terms, and that was so hard in those days. So there is strength and power there, but maybe just significant depression. There are so many beautiful, talented humans who struggle with things like anxiety and depression that can be crippling at times, and yet they make art, and yet they love, and yet they see the world and they embrace things, and that is strength too. It is strength to persevere. Yeah, it's a teary one today, my friends. I'm in the feels. I'm also running late, so let's get to work. Time waits for no woman. All right, so I have to edit these pages because I have to have a draft in 5 days, as we all know about. So let's go. Hi, Becky. I see you. I do. I see you. I know. It's almost breakfast. Second breakfast for my little hobbit. You're okay. You're okay. Bubba. Enough. I will feed you. Not right now, though. I know. Shh, buddy. Not right now. I know. It's hard. You're fine, buddy. I know. I know, sweetheart. I know. You will be fed. You are always fed. I know. Papa. Oh, sweetheart. How you doing? You doing okay? I'm almost done. I know, my lovey, I know. Just like 2 more minutes. Oh, my friends, that was, I don't want to say fight to the finish. That's a bit dramatic for what just happened, but I think I only got 2 done today and maybe 3. I don't know. And there's not even halfway done. I am so worried that I am not going to get this done in time. It'll be 2 or 3 a day, and that'll just be to finish transcribing it. So that's happening. Obviously, my poor sweet kitty is both hungry and throwing up in the background. I do not know how parents write. I mean, it's just next level. It went well. I continue to find scenes, which is great because I didn't want it to be this like sentimental monologue that goes on for 40 minutes. So there's actually quite a few scenes there. I can see an arc to the Emily Sue relationship starting to form, which is good. And then I want to stack the challenges after that compound into her final decision, whatever that ends up being. I am continuing to find a theme of living her life on her own terms in the given circumstances of her day. And so that's my takeaway. Put so much in the hopper, you just like front load with ideas, and then you have to write it down, and there's only so many words and so many pages, and it doesn't resemble the richness of this like world you've built in your head. And that translation process is very humbling and lonely, and I can see how it's triggering the feelings I'm writing about, and the feelings I'm writing about are triggering me. Like we're in this conversation that then I'm bringing into my bigger life, which may or may not accurately reflect what I really think. So a lot of big ahas. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. If there is a project that you're working on, I would love to hear about it. Please post it in the comments below. And if you want updates on this project or whatever else I'm up to, please visit my website, Ms. Understood Media, MIZ Understood Media.com. Okay, my friends, it's a calling. Let's do it again tomorrow.